This is Sean Sport in podcast form.
Caitlin Bassett in the house.
Caitlin Bassett.
And a bit of sport to cover off.
I know, this is great.
Oh, turn her mic on,
bit
David.
of respect there.
No
Netball
sport
champion.
for you today. No, this is interesting because normally I bounce off Shawnee, obviously, when
Yes.
we talk sport, and he's
Oh,
got
then
something about
bounce off
East
me then.
Fremantle to
Yeah.
tell me and things like that. We did briefly touch on Brownlow, and
Yeah.
was it fashion or was it football?
What was it for you?
Football.
It's football.
There've been lots of polls
Can I
happening in
say-
the
I mean, the
office.
fashion was nice.
Can I say something about the fashion, right?
Yes.
And I think all the girls look amazing and it's a lot of pressure for them as well for the night. I don't think we're ever going to get the Rebecca Twigley moment again, are we? Because we've been searching for that. Remember that dress, and then suddenly it was all about Rebecca Twigley, and that's what started the Rebecca Judd phenomenon, because everyone was just obsessed with her and her family.
It has slowly started this year. I feel like it's become about the influencer partners. So I noticed on social
Sure.
media, like, so-and-so in their dress, and I'm like, one, I don't know who that is, but then also I don't even know who their partner is either. Like, they're
Yeah.
maybe a young up-and-coming player who's definitely not going to win the Brownlow,
Yeah.
but they're going because their partner is an influencer and they want to grow that.
I feel like
side of things.
ever since Beck did what she did.
Yes.
I feel like that's a really high bar to set for WAGs, and that we've never seen a WAG that's going to come over top of that and
Well,
do
I even
that.
think it's a high bar for Beck because
Yeah,
it's hard for her to replicate that.
This is true.
didn't
It was a
much
real
think
moment
of her
in
dress
time,
last
wasn't
night.
it? Oh yeah, well, that was that pink bodice thing.
Yeah, pink puffy thing.
Yeah, so I mean, I did watch bits of it. Obviously, Patty Cripps ended up taking it out in
Right
dramatic
away.
fashion,
Like, by so
huge.
much.
And like, great, he's a WA boy, so I think we
Yeah.
can easily claim him.
He got 45 votes out of the maximum you could possibly get is 69.
Yeah, he did pretty
That's
well.
extraordinary.
There were games during the season that he physically took his teammates, put them on his back, and won
Yeah.
games. So
Yeah.
it's not like he's
He's an
not well
incredible
deserving.
player.
We need to talk about, though, our other incredible WA talent, Harley Reid. He got goal of the year.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you pick up a West Australian newspaper today.
the first year of playing
How?
professional football.
How?
Yeah.
And you
It's a
get
ripper
goal
goal
of the
too,
year.
from
Is
the bounce,
I
you know.
mean, this is where we usually throw it to Sean. If anyone's ever done that in their first year, I'm not sure. I'm going to say no.
I would say no, but look, he's incredible. It was a really exciting goal. I think for me, the potential that surrounds this kid is super exciting. Like, this is what he's doing in his first year. What is he capable of in the future? So that was great.
But are we looking at the creation of a WA icon here that's going to live here forever, or do you think we're looking at someone that is just here for a pit stop and then going to get the hell out?
I don't know. I've been a part of teams here in WA where players have come from the eastern states, they've got some game time, and then they've got bigger offers elsewhere. So I can thoroughly understand it. As someone also who has just moved back to Perth because I missed my family, I understand the pull of what having your support network around you means, and how being able to grab a coffee with your brother or sister or your parents.
Just them being there.
It's
going
possible,
home.
though, that like Matthew Pavlich is the shining example of somebody that came from elsewhere and then has stuck it out and continued. And, he's the greatest player to ever play for the Fremantle Dockers.
Yes.
And then to stay. To still be here. And so it is possible.
And we've asked him to leave several times, and Pav will not leave.
I think the challenge then for West Coast is to create an environment where he feels like it is his family here, and that it's not about money.
When we discovered that they flew his best mate over as well and gave him a job at the Eagles, they needed to do that with everyone in his family.
Get his girlfriend here. She needs to be playing for the West
She looked great at
Eagles.
the Brownlows.
So we've got a pretty big game coming up this weekend. Obviously, Brisbane. Pretty big game. Like, it's all right. I'm not talking about AFLW here. We're talking about the men's at the moment. Like Brisbane and Swans are, and I'm going to, pump my own tyres for a bit because I got 100% footy tipping in the lead up to in finals. So
is this big as think about all the honours you've got over your netball
it
career?
means more than anything. It means more than anything.
Well, I was at the game on Saturday night.
Oh,
I was at the G,
Yep.
Brisbane versus Geelong, and it was an unbelievable game to witness.
Such a good game,
the freak goals that were being kicked, the comeback, the marks. It was genuinely a ripping game to watch. And I think even the last time I was at the G was in 2018 for the grand final. It is so much more relaxing when you don't have any skin in the game. Like, I wanted Brisbane to win, so that was
Don't care if the lineup of the drinks is too long.
Everything was fine.
Whatever.
Like, there was no stress. So, yeah.
So who's going to win?
Oh, well, I think Brisbane were bloody good, and they're very good at coming back.
Yeah.
So if they get a little bit behind, it doesn't faze them.
But they don't have their number one ruckman.
Without a ruck. But also, he went early in the game.
This is true.
Yeah.
When we were at the was that the one I was at, the 2018
No,
grand
you were
final?
at
What was that?
2015.
2015. When I was at that, I don't even think I watched 5 minutes of the game.
Who was in the game?
I don't know.
West Coast
West
and
Coast
Hawthorn.
and someone. But I don't
West
even,
Coast that day lost to Cyril Rioli.
I remember that I had really good reception, so I was just like scrolling stuff on my phone.
Before we wrap, I do need to mention AFLW because there has been some really important. Obviously, West Coast Eagles broke their own record. So, firstly, they got back-to-back wins when they were over in Melbourne. They won their third game, which they've never done in a season before. Unfortunately, they missed out on winning 3 in a row. They went down quite heavily to Brisbane on the weekend.
Brisbane,
on
very good
Sunday,
side.
but that's okay. They will bounce back. The news out of Fremantle, though, they had a ripping game, a goal on the siren from Ash McCarthy. The game was done.
Yep.
It was done and dusted. And then
Hero moments.
Yeah, hero moment. She steps up. All she needed was a score. She managed to boot a goal, so that was fantastic. But unfortunately, Anya Tai, their spearhead, went down in that game. Literally changed direction. She crumpled in the first few minutes, so she's out with an ACL injury now for the season.
Her air conditioner's not working.
Her air conditioning. What?
ACL.
ACL.
Sorry.
ACL. So that's pretty sad for them. But Dockers are going to hit the road. They've got a couple of Melbourne games away this weekend. But in netball terms, that would be like losing a Janelle Fowler. She's their spearhead. She's the one that kicks all their goals. It's pretty big for them.
Be like us losing the Caitlin Bassett, which we're about to do.
Sean Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.